opening film for you there, boys and girls. Nearly 3 hours work there. Good morning to you. It's, are we going to have the picture freezing this morning? Oh, I've got the wrong settings again. Oh, I keep doing that. I do something with the computer and it uses different settings and I forget to put them back again. Might have a little bit of free, but if it gets too bad, I'll close and come back out of it again. But don't go anywhere. We'll stay on this window. You haven't got to do anything. Good morning to you, gang. It's Thursday, the 7th of May, 2020. Welcome along. Yes, a new little opening video for you there. I like to try and refresh it now and again. You know, not too often. It's a lot of work. It really is. All those little bits of pictures that you see that make up the opening video, they're all collected over a period of time. Sometimes I use a couple of old ones, for example, the train, and I think the picture of the traffic as well. That's about a year old, that one. But there's some brand new stuff there, which I did yesterday afternoon, actually. And over the last year, bits and pieces, and I'll pull them all together and put them to music. But that 2-minute video, that's about 2.5 hours work, that is. But to me, that's my thing, you know. That's what I do. I do that, and when you come here into our Bracknell television studio complex, you come in here to put it all together, and you're thinking, oh God, that's an awful lot of work I've got to do today. And then when you've spent all that time, you put it together, and you keep checking bits of music to see that the picture matches with the music, and then the clock at the top that counts down, and then when you finally push that button just before you save the whole thing, and it works. And then I send it to my television downstairs to look at it on a big screen to see that it looks as good as I can get it. Remember, it's not like professional. It's all done with a webcam, one of these. All those videos are all done with an iPhone. Okay, I don't have a GoPro or anything like that. My brother-in-law's got a GoPro, and I've got to be honest, the quality of the picture from that is superior to what I can get from my iPhone. But nevertheless, we use what we have, you know. And you push that button and it goes from the beginning to the end, and you're watching it on the telly to see if there's a flash or something like that you might have missed. That people do enjoy picking up on when they find something wrong. You know, it's so quick to say something. And I thought, no, that looks all right. And I saved it, and there it is for you this morning. If you didn't see it, then you were too late, weren't you? You're a bit too late. Watch again later, the opening video, before we start the show. I did actually notice there was a little bit of picture freezing going on there. It seems to have settled down a bit now, but we'll keep an eye on that. I've got the settings too high again. Keep doing that. Anyway, looks like a beautiful day out there this morning, as indeed it was yesterday. Oh, God. It's going to be even better today out there. And I went for a long bike ride, and I mean a long bike ride. Well, it was long to me. If you're a cyclist, then you probably wouldn't think like 2.5 hours is very long. I found it really long. Getting there, I went to Virginia Water. And I did actually get there. I did actually get to Virginia Water yesterday, which is the most beautiful, tranquil place. There's quite a few people around there once I got there. The journey there itself was fine, really. You know, I didn't get tired. My legs didn't ache. My bum didn't ache. And as you go through this gate and you're there, and there's this massive expanse of water directly in front of you, great big lake with swans on it. There's a little white house. There's a bridge. If you saw the opening video, some of that's from in the new opening video. There's like a bridge, like an arched bridge, got 3 arches in it on one end of the lake, and you could see cars and that going across. Not only that, there's a Roman ruins there. Again, going back to the opening video, right before, I think, the picture of the globe is some Roman ruins or whatever they are. But they're in that's what I went to see yesterday. And it's just wonderful, really. You know, the whole journey managed to keep off the road, except for the quieter roads. But there's some killer hills coming back. You know, on the way there, it's all right on the way there. On the way back, there are some killer hills that just go on and on as you're trying to struggle up these blooming things. Fortunately, I had a little bottle of water. My sister bought me a metal water bottle some time ago. I think it was for Christmas, actually. And I had that full of water, so I had that halfway coming back home. And there is a couple of fast roads, but where the fast roads are, there are pavements that are either cycle tracks or shared cycle and pavements. So the journey's all right, you know. Journey's all right. Heatherwood Hospital, you saw that. I have to go past that to get there. It's just so nice just to stand there for a while. I prop my bike up. No one's going to nick it. They're all quite well-to-do people walking around there, you know. I mean, I fit it in perfectly well, of course. You know, there they are walking along in all their lovely clothes. There's me in a pair of old tracksuit bottoms and a T-shirt with a couple of breakfast stains down the front of it. Isn't that awful? Awful but true. Awful but true. And I can't tell you how lovely it is. So that's Virginia Water. If you ever get the chance to visit that, the car parks are all closed. And of course, because of the circumstances at the moment, they do have a little place where you can go and get a cup of tea, which I have to say would have been wonderful to do once I'd got there. So I could have had a cup of tea and perhaps a little cake. Perhaps before I jumped back on the bike and came home again. But of course, all those places are closed, so you're reduced to a metal bottle full of water. But can't complain. Came home. The hills nearly killed me. They really did. But we got back again off the main road, and I got as far as what is the Mercedes garage. We have a Mercedes garage in sort of going towards Ascot. And all the cars from outside have disappeared. They've taken them all away. Yeah, they've got a few. Of course, it's closed. There's the cars in the showroom, but you know where car dealerships have all these cars outside usually, don't they? No, they're all gone. They've obviously stored those somewhere, I suppose, in case someone nicks them. They're awful. I know, really. And got back here, had my dinner, and that was very nice. So very pleased about that. A little bit later on in the afternoon, Ronnie popped over, and I spoke to him on the phone in the morning, and he was going to the chemist, and he says, "I'll pop round on the way back just to wave at you from the end of the path." So he did that. But when he was on the phone, he says, "I'm just having a bit of a clear out." I said, "What are you chucking out this time?" He said, "I've got some out-of-date food." You know what I'm like for out-of-date food? I don't like anything wasted. I said, "Well, what's out of date?" He said, "Oh, just some cakes. They're 2 days out of date." I said, "Well, bring them over." "Oh, no, I can't do that." He said, "I can't be responsible if you're ill." I said, "Cakes? Come on, just bring them over. If they're off, they'll be hard." "Oh, no, they've got eggs in them." He's obsessed with dates. Obsessed with sell-by dates and I think use-by dates, really. I'm not sure if he eats sell-by date stuff or not, but he won't eat it. And so he fetched them around. They were like a cake platter, you know, from Tesco's. You know, like you get that plastic thing and there's like loads of cakes in them. And I think there's about 6 cakes in there. And he was going to chuck them out. So I picked them up and brought them inside. Opened up, no, they smelled like cakes. Didn't smell off at all. So I had 2 of those with a cup of tea. Very nice indeed too. Cupcakes with icing on the top. I cannot tell you the last time I had a cake. Apple pie about a week ago. But cake, I haven't had cake for ages. Not even on my birthday. It was before February the last time I had a piece of cake, I'm sure. I'm sure that is the case. Oh, they were delicious. Who was going to chuck them out? What a waste of money, dear. Honestly. Anyway, so they were the cakes. Must say hello. So that was him coming round. That's all I did yesterday, really. In the evening, after my afternoon nap, as I say, I put that little video together and I watched the rest of a film I've been watching on Netflix called The Bye-Bye Man, which is a horror film. It's quite good. Lots of murdering going on in that, dear. Knives and things like that. I love it. So that's The Bye-Bye Man on Netflix. I think you'd like that. If you like horror films, you would like that one. You can indeed sign up to a horror film live stream. Okay? This is in this morning's Daily Mirror. It says, the house that inspired the horror movie The Conjuring, which I must say is one I'm not familiar with, is going to be live streamed online for an entire week. You can watch an actual house. A horror house. Why? I don't know. If you love all things creepily and supernatural, it says in the Daily Mirror, then you're not going to want to miss out on this. The Rhode Island house is inspired the 2013 film The Conjuring. And Corey and Jennifer Heinzen, the family who currently live there, are going to be live streamed for a whole week. Is that appealing to you? Bit of live streaming going on there on a horror film? According to the pair, paranormal activity in the house increased after they moved in, with them claiming to hear footsteps. Ooh. Yes. You can watch this, gang. You can watch this happening. According to the pair, they also saw lights flashing in the rooms, and they don't have any lights in there. Oh, what sort of place is that then? Why would you want to go in a house with no lights? Don't think so. A boring place that would be. The live stream will be taking place on a website called The Dark Zone, beginning with a free preview on Friday, May the 8th, and running 24 hours a day after that for a week on May the 9th. But you're going to have to pay for it after the preview ends. It will cost £3.96 for a 24-hour session of the broadcast. Or you can pay to watch the whole week for £15.87. So they've probably got little, I don't know, cameras and all that all over the house. The broadcast description reads, "The world is on lockdown and so is the family living in a house that inspired The Conjuring." Oh, why's my thing not working again? That happened the other time, didn't it? Oh, there we are. Yes, The Conjuring. You will get an immersive and interactive look inside the real Conjuring house. When paranormal activity happens, you will see it live. Incidentally, if anything happens in here today, you'll also see it live this morning, okay? Also, during the show today, of course, we have the Super Chatters raffle. Our first ever Super Chatters raffle. I have transferred the tickets to here because I'm very disappointed with Amazon. Oh, I haven't got my glasses here. Where are they? Spare pair. Very, very disappointed with Amazon. My brand new Super Chat jar has not yet arrived. Very disappointed. So I've had to transfer the tickets here. There they are, all in there, with the fridge magnet standing by to be won. Okay, this is for the Super Chatters raffle. This is a new thing we're doing. Anyone who sends a Super Chat in future, for every £1 on the Super Chat, I will give you a free raffle ticket. You can't buy a raffle ticket, but if you send a £1 Super Chat, for every £1 that you send, I will give you a free raffle ticket. You can do them today as well if you want to. Okay? For today's draw, which will be happening in about half an hour's time, I reckon, sort of half an hour, that sort of time. We'll do the draw then. If you want any more tickets for that, just Super Chat £1. For each Super Chat, you just do £1, and I'll give you a ticket for each £1, okay? So that's that. Right, should we just read some of your messages? Oh, that picture is freezing, isn't it? I'm just going to come out of this software, and I'll come back into it, guys. Stay exactly where you are. And we're back in the room. Let's try that now. Let's see how we get on with that. Sorry about that. I must remember to do those settings. How's that looking now to me? Green light. Not flickering yellow. Not flickering red. Good. Right, fingers crossed with that now. Let's do some of your messages. Good morning to Gavin Bass this morning. Rachel is in the house. Morning, Rachel. Mandy Davenport. Hello to you. Jason Hughes. Michael Pullman. Diane Jebb, morning Diane. Fran Green, hello sweetheart. Hello to Claire, good morning Claire. Let's have a look there. Michael, Jason Hughes. Rachel likes the new intro, excellent Rachel, lovely. The ride was lovely yesterday, thank you. Good morning to LaBelle, your emerald-eyed Lily Beetle of Magic. That's me. John Aitken, good morning to you, sir. Hello to George Bond. Everyone else, Shania Steele, head of the Catholic Church. Good morning, Shania. Hello to you, my sweetheart. Sabrina Walker is in the house. Where's Sabrina now? Gosh, oh, that's jumped. That's jumped. Oh, damn. Come on, where is that now? There's Sabrina. Good morning, Sabrina Walker. Mike Responto. Hello to you, sir. Michael Lawrence. Bum, bum, bum. S.O. Blue. Dan S. Morning. Virginia Water is lovely. One of our favourite walking places for the dogs. It really is. It really is. There was a few people over there with dogs, but it was sort of fairly well behaved. A lot of them weren't on leads, but they weren't sort of dogs that sort of run after you on a bike. They seem to be very well behaved. It's how you bring pets up half the time. That's the problem. You know, if you've got scummy people bringing pets up, then the pets themselves will be vile and horrible to people. You know, shouting and screaming and barking and all that. Morning to Colin Kay. Excuse me. David Fryer, hello to you. Is that everyone? We said hello to everyone this morning. Screaming down there. Morning to Adam the Plumber. I don't think there's any VE celebrations happening here. No. A street party in front gardens, red and white, blue decorations, 3 o'clock after Churchill's speech. I don't know anything about that, really. I know it's VE Day. I do know it's VE Day tomorrow. Yeah. Morning, Andy. Bum, bum, bum. Is that everyone? Excellent. Terry Turner. Morning to Terry. My new radio station, Sung Jingles, have arrived. £600, dear gosh. And good morning to Adrian Richardson this morning as well. Well, excuse me, little frog in my throat. We did that story yesterday about the water buffalo. Do you remember that? The water buffalo. I've got a few animal stories today. The water buffalo. Oh, by the way, there's some photos and that to show you. Now, what have I got for you today? Let's have a look. Oh, we got some pictures from Jason. And we got some pictures from Sean Pye this morning. How are we doing? There we are. Okay, 20. So we want 22 likes today to see the pictures. If you don't want to see the pictures, that is fine. If you do, you need to like 22 likes this morning. Okay, we need 22 likes this morning for you to be able to see the pictures. And then I shall bring them up miraculously on this TV screen in front of you. All right, sweethearts. Where were we now? Yes, the water buffalo, boys and girls. The water buffalo story where a bloke's been killed, hasn't he? A couple were killed, actually, in Wales. I think it was a couple. I can't remember now, but someone was killed in Wales the other day. Water buffalo attacked them, and they got these horns and all that. And this is the thing with animals. Now, I always sort of thought that cows are sort of pretty friendly animals, don't you think? Cows are friendly animals. And it reminded me that a little walk that me and my sister and my brother-in-law did just up where the caravan is in Chapel Hill. And we're walking through this through the site and up the steps, and then you're on this long path which goes. It's the most beautiful path, a little stony path along the river. Now, I say it's beautiful. It's beautiful to walk on. It's very difficult to cycle on the damn thing. I tried to do that. It doesn't quite work because the stones are. I don't know what happens. The tyres it's difficult to cycle along a stony path. And then you get to the end of it, and there's a stile, right? And you climb over the stile, and you carry along, walking along the river. It's a path, footpath, right? But this stile, and we got up there, and on the other side of the stile is this herd of cows, about 8 of them, I suppose. And we're getting to the stile, and then these cows have spotted us, and they start mooing. Like that they are. Now, I don't really have much experience of cows, except for the few that I've been out with. I don't really have much experience with cows. And I think my brother-in-law was kind of stroking them like that. And these cows are looking, I'm not sure what they're thinking, you know. Now, remember, there is a fence between us and them. Low fence, but they couldn't jump over it. But we could get over it if we want to continue on this walk. I assume it's a public footpath. Goes along by the river. I can't remember the name of the river. The River Witham. That got a bit high this year. Oh, my God, I thought it was going to come over. I can see my caravan and me floating along down the road towards Boston. Awful. Noah has got a lot to... I required Noah, actually. I was going to select 2 people to come in there with me. I thought, I don't think I want to go in this field. I mean, really, and the mooing was getting louder. But you don't know. Is it like they're just trying to talk to us? Because they don't eat meat, do they? They wouldn't want to eat us. Thank God for that. Who wants to be eaten by an old cow? Certainly not lambs and chickens, which some of you eat. Moo, listen, moo, moo, and they're coming over slowly, but they're not running over to attack. I wasn't sure about them at all. Anyway, we didn't go in the field. And I wondered, have you any experience with cows or anything like that at all? Thank you very much. Adam the Plumber is sending a £2.99 super chat. Thank you. Oh, that's just popped up at the front there. Thank you, Adam. You get What's going on here, dear? There you go. There you go, Adam. Let me give you 2 tickets, 43 and 44, for today's super chatter raffle. Okay, Adam Plumber. Plumber. There you go. This is for the fridge magnet later on today, okay? This is the super chatter raffles. $2.99 there. I'm going to change it slightly after today's raffle, okay? So we'll do that. Now, where are we now? Right, there we go. That just comes up at the top there. I don't know why I didn't see that, actually. I should have seen that earlier. So I don't know if anyone's got an experience at all with cows. Doesn't say anything. No one's come along with the cows there at all. But it's one of those things. So that's cows. And I wonder what they were saying to us. Like, moo, moo. They might have been saying, please come in and stroke us, mightn't they? Please come in, give us a little bit of a pet, something like that. I don't know. Or were they saying, keep away? I'm sorry, I haven't turned on the text phone yet. Keep away. Keep away. There we are on one side of the fence, next to the river rhythm, wondering whether we should go forward on the path that appeared to go over the stile and along the river, but the herd of cows, they were making some noise. Moo, moo. Now, was it, please come and stroke us? Or was it, keep away? Keep away. You don't know. Someone on here must have had experience with cows or been on a farm or something like that. I mean, it's a bit different if the farmer's there and she or he says, it's okay, the cows are friendly, you can go and stroke them. That would be okay, wouldn't it? You'd feel a little bit more happy then, wouldn't you? Wouldn't worry you so much. But we were on our own. We had to make the decision. Rachel has experience with cows. Jason's got a cow living next door. Michael says, used to own cattle. They love to break out all the time. My favourite cows are the Highland cattle. They're nice, aren't they? With all that fur hanging down. But would it have been safe or not? And it's not just cows, is it really? What about shit? What would the cows be saying? Moo, keep away. Moo, keep away. Or moo, come and stroke us. Come and stroke us. I'm trying to do a cow accent. I'm not quite sure what that would like. But the other animals, what would they be saying when you think about it? Sheep. Sheep would come in. Meh, cut my hair. Meh, cut my hair. Meh, cut my hair. Or maybe they don't like their hair being cut, sheep. They might be saying, please don't cut my hair. Please don't cut my hair. Like that. We got dogs. Can we have something to eat? 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 Like that. We got cats. Oh, I'm so tired today. Oh, meow. I can't be bothered to do anything, Ma. I'll just go back to sleep for another few hours. Meow. Meow. I'm so tired. Meow. Cats would be saying something like that. Budgies. Let me out. 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 Little budgies would be saying, wouldn't they? And they're stuffed in those tiny little cages. Oh, we had budgies. A yellow one and a blue one. One flew away and one died. Not at the same time, incidentally. And a bright yellow budgie. It wasn't a canary, it was a budgie. Very unusual to get a yellow budgerigar. Yellow budgerigar. Goldfish. What would they be saying? I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. Random, those tiny tanks. Do you know how cool that is? How would you like it if you was in a... I'd like to see some of you in a tiny tank, to be honest. Not offending anyone. Oh, I'm really offended by that. Poor little goldfish. Tarantulas. People keep tarantulas. Why, oh why would you ever want to keep a tarantula? I can see that thing. There you are, sitting in its... Again, I think very cruel, in its little tank type thing, like a large fish tank or something like that. Eh? Oh, I'd hate it. Wouldn't you? How would you like to be sitting in a blooming large fish tank with a hot light above you all day long? I'd hate it. How do you know the tarantula likes it? Oh, well, the expert said. Who listens to experts anywhere? Not me. Awful. What's that thinking? I'm going to get you. Because eventually these things escape. How many times have you seen in the newspapers, I don't know, whatever newspaper, that a tarantula or a snake has escaped. A tarantula as a snake escaped. I'll try again. This is a rehearsal. A tarantula has escaped. And it's in there watching you. I'm going to get out and I'm going to get you. Yes, tarantulas. People keep snakes. Just like on that Jungle Book. What are they saying? Trust in me. Trust in me. Close your eyes. Trust in me. Yeah, baby. Horses. Horses would be singing. I think if you came across a load of horses, that noise is actually them singing. And what would they be singing? They would be singing this. The theme music to the Virginian, of course. That's what the horses would be singing. Used to be on Virginian on BBC Two, colour in the 1970s. You don't see Western films anymore, do you? Not really. Don't need to see any more Western films, really. We used to like those, on the old horses and people chasing around each other on guns, all these dodgy people. Seemed to be a very dangerous place to be. Sand on the ground and those tumbleweeds going all over the place. Tumbleweeds. That was a pop group as well, the Tumbleweeds, wasn't it? Don't see... I remember a Western film in particular with Telly Savalas. And I think it was androids. Didn't they become... There was a load of androids in them. Now, I wrote down... Was it called West Side or Westway or something like that? What was that film called? It was bizarre. Bizarre film. I quite liked old Telly Savalas. No longer... He's been gone some time, hasn't he, Telly Savalas? Of course, in, Shall We Dance? Ba, 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 in The King and I. La da da ba 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 da 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 ba 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 da 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 ba, and Kojak. Do 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 do. I remember when that was on. That was on at 9 o'clock on Saturday nights on BBC One Colour, again in the 1970s. Kojak. What have they got now on the telly? What? So what replaced things like Westerns and Kojak and stuff like that? What replaced that? Love Island. And The Only Way is Essex. I mean, there's not much of a difference, is there really? Except Kojak and films like that, they entertained me. Well, Love Island just makes people want to shout and act badly, which is probably why people act so badly these days. I tell you, shouting and screaming at each other all the time. Never mind. So that's what I think the animals possibly are saying. Of course, Dr. Dolittle would know what they would say, wouldn't they? If he could talk to the animals, walk with the animals, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, Dr. Dolittle. Yes, very clever man. And he would know what those cows were saying. Moo! Moo! Rachel says John Wayne were my favourite cowboy films. Yes, indeed, John Wayne. There was another bloke as well. Who was the other one, Rachel? It was John Wayne, and there was another bloke as well. I remember. Oh God, his name is right on the tip of my tongue. There was a particular film. It wasn't. It was almost a Western film, and it was about this old bloke and a very young boy who form a relationship. But the old bloke, played by this particular star, who was a cowboy. As an old man, I think. He was an old man sitting outside his own house on his own. Like, typical old-fashioned Western type house. So he'd be sitting on his wooden veranda, on his rocking chair like that. When I say old, he wasn't that old. We'd be saying about 45, 50, okay? And he formed a friendly relationship with this young boy who was a little bit of a tearaway. And he wanted to teach him the right things. But he didn't get on with his mum's family. With the boy's family. They kind of... I think it was a bit of a racism going on there in the film itself. And eventually he does something which costs him his life. But he goes... I think he goes to see the mother of the boy before... and makes his peace, kind of just sits there talking to her. I can't remember what the name of that film. Was it Gran Turismo? Clint Eastwood, thank you very much. Clint Eastwood, that's the other one. Yes, and he was in that film. Was it Gran Turismo? Let's have a look. Let me just look that up if it's Gran Turismo. 1 minute. Turismo. Gran Turismo. Oh, no, that's a game. It says it's a game. That's a game. They don't say it's a film. Was it called that? I've only got that as a... Oh, let me type in film. I've only got that as a game. Oh, here we go. Gran Turismo. It's Torino. Gran Torino. Is that the one? Yep, that's the one. Gran Torino. Turismo is a game. Gran Torino, Torino, is a 2008 American drama film directed and produced by Clint Eastwood, who also starred in the film. The film co-stars various people. Yeah, that's it. The story follows Walt Kowalski, who's Clint Eastwood, a recently widowed Korean War veteran, alienated from his family and angry at the world. His young neighbour, Theo, is pressured by his cousin into stealing. It's a great film, and it's very warm. I do like a warm film, so that's the film there. Thank you very much, Gran Torino. Great film, that. Really, really worth seeing that one again. All right. Westworld. Thank you, Fran. That was the name of that. Mike Reese Ponto remembers Hawaii 5-0. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Yep, that's the one there. There used to be the Grumbleweeds. You're quite right there. Good morning, Stuart. Please take something quick to bring you back down. You're not a Dr. Doolittle. Moo! I'm never coming down, Stu. Believe me, there are people and they are constantly trying to take me down. Constantly trying to take me down. There are certain people in this world, you talk about what you love doing like this, and all I can find talking about is negativity. I ignore them. I ignore them completely. I don't go with negative comments at all. Morning to Gary British's Talk. Good morning to you, who also texted in this morning. He had a late start with his show today. His PC crashed. Did you have a fault with it, or just a quick restart sorted that out as a matter of interest? Usually a restart sorts things like this out. Good morning to George Bond. You sent an email in. What time did you send that, George? Was that this morning? Shania's mum has a budgie. She lets him out the front room quite often. Morning to Dominic Hessler. Morning to you. How are we doing on all those likes? We want 20, what did I say? 22 likes. I've got some photos to show you this morning, gang. 22 likes. We need to show you the photos. Okay, we're up to 15 at the moment. So we're well on our way there. And Shania's downloaded the NHS app now. Yeah, I've got it actually, Shania. Look. I've got it as well on my little phone here. Where is it now? Oh, I can't find. I've got so many icons in here. There we are. There you go. There you go. Oh, what's happening there? There you go. Look, can you see it? There's my NHS at the bottom there. NHS thing on there, so they'll be able to track me as well. I don't do anything wrong, so that's fine by me. It's only the burglars and the people that go around murdering everyone that have got any worries about, haven't they, really? When you think about it. Yes, that's what it is, dear. Good. So 22 likes, and we'll show you those pictures. We're up to 16 at the moment. There's the horror story. We're going to do the Super Chat raffle very shortly now, gang. Okay. Meanwhile, an impatient dog. Another song, another little animal type thing today. In the Daily Mirror, Wally, the boxer dog, taught himself to press the car horn when he feels like he's being left alone for too long, forcing his owner, Tyler, to run back to the car to make it stop. Impatient pets. Huh? Impatient pets. Maybe you've got impatient friends, have you? There's a lot of impatient people in this world. Ticket, please. Ticket, please. Lots of impatient people. A no-nonsense dog has taught himself to sit in the driver's seat and press his paw on the car horn until his owner returns when he feels lonely. Poor little doggy. Poor little doggy. Wally the boxer even shoots some serious side-eye. You know, like that, I suppose. You know, is that side-eye? When you're looking like that? Some serious side-eye at his human if he feels he hasn't been quick enough to be running back. We seem to become our pets' slaves. Have we noticed this? Are they pet slaves? Despite the 32-year-old only being sold in shop for a couple of minutes, Wally had decided that enough was enough, and he sat upright in his driver's seat to push his left paw on the Ford pickup truck steering wheel. That sounds like the cows, doesn't it? Oh, Lord. Tyler filmed the hilarious footage showing the two-year-old dog keeping his paw on the horn until he returned. It's not until the owner reached the window that Wally turns to deliver a very unimpressed look without shifting his paw from the horn for a second. You imagine going back to your car and this dog's doing, and he's looking at you. Come on! Don't you wish your other halves would be so accepting on that one, eh? Eh? How many times have you been sitting in your car only to have him indoors or her indoors, going around the shops? How much longer are these people going to be? Because they have to look at everything. My sister's one of those. Oh, don't take her to Debenhams. Oh, God. She goes in Debenhams. She must go in there and pick up every single... Debenhams in Lincoln, this is. She must go in there and pick up every single pair of knickers and bras there are available to look at. She holds them and she has to moves over to a light somewhere. Good morning, Maureen. Morning, Maureen. She has to take them over to a light. Oh, no, I don't like that one. She will go around the entire... She is in there for hours, days sometimes. Days. I remember years ago going to Lincoln with my sister. I said, I'll sit down. No, I was in there with her. Walking around, bored to tears. All these women's clothes, for Christ's sake, Sharon. I was in this. I had to go in the toilet and have a shave. I was in there for so long. My beard was coming through. Awful. What is so interesting about Debenhams? Or any clothes shop comes to that. Even when I haven't bought clothes for ages now. Last time I bought clothes was when I was with my nephew in Vegas, which is 2 years ago. But I do like to buy quality clothes. You'd rarely see me in Primark or something like that. I'm sure their stuff is very good, but I doubt it'll be here in 20 years' time. Most of the stuff certainly the shirts. Many of the shirts that I wear here are like 25 years old. A little bit faded, but they're all right. Jackets, well, I haven't bought a jacket for years. Really. They last for years and years and years. But when I do go and buy, I'll save up a bit of money and spend the money on the item, knowing full well from experience that this stuff will last for years and years. I don't need any clothes though, really. Don't need any. You go in Primark, okay, you get a decent shirt in there, I don't know, for a £5, for a £10. Will it be here in 25 years' time? Not so sure about that. This story goes on. Tyler says, as soon as I heard the honking, again, sounded like a cow there, I knew it was really Wally. He learned to honk about 6 months ago and now does it whenever he wants my attention. What a clever dog. I quite like that. I quite like that. All right. Mick got woken up at 2 a.m., did you? You're not the only one. You're not the only one. I've had an email this morning from the delightful Ross Herndon. Ross Herndon, who had to turn his alarm off at 2 o'clock this morning because it started playing horror music. Alexa, set alarm for 2 a.m. to horror music. There you go. Oh, Mick, it worked. I set everyone's alert. I can get your Amazon device to do anything I want it to from here. You'll have to unplug it when this show's on in future. Jason's a show and gets Martin to try the stuff on. Oh, you're so cruel, Jason. How are we doing there? 17 likes. Oh, not enough likes for the pictures today, boys and girls. It looks like you won't be seeing the pictures. We've only got 17. We need 23 likes to show you the pictures this morning. Shania says, how did you manage that? It only accepts people with an Isle of Wight postcode. I just typed in NHS app and it came up and I downloaded it. It asked me, I had to set up a password. Oh, it was quite a lot of going through stuff. I set something else up last night as well. A government gateway. Do you know what this is? It's something to do with the tax. Something to do with the tax. Anyway, I got an email from my accountant on Monday night. He must have been sitting at home bored, I would guess. He's not just my accountant. He's become a friend as well over the years. I would absolutely trust him with looking after all my money. Absolutely, no problem at all. My accountant, I would absolutely. In fact, when I depart, if I go before my sister, I told her, work with the accountant, do what he says. He will not do you, And if he says this is going to cost you this, pay it. That's it. That's how much I trust my accountant. I really do. He's been very, very clever. Not clever, but good to me over the years. And he's very clever at knowing everything you can claim for, because we don't know. You see, we're not accountants. Remember that. I think it's all very well doing DIY for everything. But let me tell you, if I picked up a paintbrush, what a mess I'd make. There'd be splashes everywhere. I don't know how these painters, they get this roller thing, right? Right? Entire room painted in an hour. Not a speck of paint anywhere. How do they do that? Me, it'd be, and there'd be little white speckles, if you have a white ceiling, all over the carpet. Dreadful. Can't do it. Similarly with accounting. Now, I like to think I'm fairly good with figures when it comes to money accounting, okay? I'm not good. I'm all right with maths. I can get away with it. I certainly have no interest and cannot do algebra. I don't know why people waste their time doing it. How many people went to school and now use algebra in their normal everyday life? I bet it's a really small percentage. It's all very well if you want to go and fly a plane or something like that. But when you're like 14, 15, I think you'll know whether or not you want to fly a plane and go in that direction. What is the point in teaching vast swathes of the population something like algebra, which I have never ever used that since I left school? Never. What for? For what? But money, yeah, I know where every penny's going. I know when people owe me money. Which doesn't really happen because I don't lend anything to anyone anymore. I learned that one years ago. I don't lend any money. But I know with money things, so I'd probably be all right with the accountant. But my accountant, I put all the stuff in a box. Funnily enough, it went off last week. All my papers have now gone off to him, and he received it yesterday. Now there's a lesson there actually, because I took that into the post office. Did I pay to the post office? What did I do with that one? I can't remember. Yeah, I took it into the post office. I sent it second class on Thursday. It got there Monday. Why are we sending stuff first class? I don't know. And he will open this thing and look at this thing, and he will find every single thing that I can claim for, all legally. You know, car, this, that, internet, this, that, and the other. He will find everything, and I won't have found all those because he knows what he's doing. That is his profession. You know, you might want to have a go at something and completely muck it up if you don't know what you're doing. Especially if it's some sort of electrical work. How many times have you been around someone's house and seen a bad piece of electrical work? Oh dear. There was one bloke who did karaoke nights. He was a lovely chap, actually. I won't tell you his name. But he was a bit scatty. He looked a bit like one of the Doctor Who's. And I remember going down to one of his nights just to give him a bit of support at this place. And I turned up there with another mate of mine who did karaoke at the time. And he's got this trestle table, which many of us have to work off, a trestle table or a beer table that someone's put in position, something like that. And he's got it set up there. And it was doing the job. You know, these old TV screens he had perched up on the chair. But he never used to pay attention. He was in his 70s. But any young girl who would come over, he'd be straight on them. And there'd be someone singing in the mic. A young girl would come over and he'd start a conversation trying to chat her up. And then the singer would finish. And he was so engrossed trying to chat up these young girls that he'd miss the person singing. They'd finish singing, put the mic down and then walk off. And there'd be silence. He wouldn't notice that. Anyway, that's not the worst part. He was a lovely bloke. Don't get me wrong here. He was a lovely bloke. He just didn't keep his eye on the ball all the time. It's a little bit like, you know, while I'm walking around doing my karaoke nights, and sometimes, you know, I have to get off, I have to leave the stage and go behind the bar, perhaps get myself a drink of water, go and wash my hands, or go to the toilet, something like that, whatever. And then you're coming back and then someone tries to talk to you, right? And you shouldn't really do that because then you miss it. And they start talking and you're trying to get away or they're trying to hand you a bit of paper or something like that. And then the person finishes on the stage. Now, I haven't missed it, but I'm not there. And then there's a gap. I hate gaps. I hate gaps like that. I think it's very unprofessional. So I try not to talk to too many people as I'm walking around. Well, he was a bit like that, but when he would be talking, just totally engrossed in chatting up someone who was like, you know, a quarter of his age. But end of the night comes, I will give you a hand, Peter, because an old bloke he was. You know, big old tellies like that. He's putting these tellies in. I said, I'll unplug the plug. I've gone underneath this table to unplug the plugs. I kid you not. There is a transformer plugged into one of these plugs, and it's bare. There's no plastic casing. Have I got anything here I could show you? What's this over? Yes, this. Right, okay, so. Oh, here's one here. Here's one here, look. Here's a transformer. So if that's a transformer, right, in here will be something with lots of little wires wound around it. This is a new one. I'm not quite sure what's in this. Doesn't feel like it's one of those. But it was an old type of transformer, okay? And it had all these wires wrapped around it. And they're quite sort of heavyish things. Anyway, this thing is plugged into an electrical socket, naked basically. And I could see the two terminals at the top. What the mains wire was, the red and the black, or whatever colours they were. And I said to my mate, I said, have you seen this? And he looked under there. This is my mate who was helping him. And we both just shook our heads and looked at each other. You can't be serious. Anyone had put their hand on that. A 240 electrical shock, possibly dead. Seriously, it was as bad as that. Dear me. Let's have a look. Stu, Shania, wonder how much interest your dad has lost on that tea money. Oh, for Christ's sake, on and on about the tea money there. Look, Mike has got a COVID app. Once set up, as you go in each day and answer a couple of questions, and you say you're well or not. No, I don't know. It's a COVID app. It's an NHS app. Let me show it to you again. But it looks exactly like the one that was on the telly today. First of all, it says, how are you feeling today? So you continue with your NHS login. And then, it wants your email address and password. It doesn't seem to save that. You know, like a lot of the sites seem to save their stuff. Well, that doesn't seem to save that. But anyway, going back to that thing I was telling you I was setting up, I had to set up a government gateway thing. Because my accountant emailed me and said, I think the government are about to contact you about self-employed payment. I think you will get this amount. And he told me the amount that he thinks that I might get from being self-employed when they send the letter through and all that. And consequently, it equals to approximately almost exactly the same amount as the amount in tax that I will have to pay at the end of July anyway. So, it'll come out. I'll get it, I don't know, June. And then in July, I'll have to send it back to them. It seems a bit pointless, really. It cost more in administration fees, I'm sure. What's the point of that? But it would be a bill that I don't have to pay, because it's been paid for by the same people that are charging me the bill anyway. So, it is worth doing. It's not a massive amount, I have to tell you. It's not a massive amount at all, but it should just about cover, or it's just a little bit less than what my tax bill will be. So there we are. Morning to Heidi Oliver. Morning, Heidi. Shania says it's not the official COVID app. Oh, okay. So it looks different to yours, does it? I see. They must be using the same logo then for different parts of that. Well, that's a bit silly, isn't it? You'd think it says NHS COVID app or something like that on the bottom there. I don't know. Mick says, what if the accountant dies before you? Well, I've had it then. Then the money goes to the government, Mick. Yeah, I shall make sure it doesn't go to you, certainly. In fact, I might have that put in my will. Please make sure Mick Davenport gets nothing. Leave it all to Mandy. Rachel, when the alarm goes off at 2 a.m, everyone ring Chris up. How are you going to do that? You can't. All the phones go off. When I go to bed, the phone is switched. No one can contact me when I'm in bed. I don't have a house phone anymore. The mobile literally gets switched off. The iPad thing gets switched off, so you can't FaceTime me. And also, I go onto the Amazon thing and I go, do not disturb, so no one can contact me on there. They have to wait till I switch it on. The times I was woken up. Ow, were you asleep? And yeah, they don't then say, okay, I'll call back later. Then they start striking up a conversation. Nope, I learnt that 1 year ago. Thank you very much. Everything goes off. I hope all your alarms go off this morning. Daniel, have I had my mention this morning? I don't know, have you? There we are. That's right there. Okay, there's no show tonight. No show on Thursday nights, Dan. All right, no show on Thursday nights. Right, okay, gang. We have a Super Chat raffle here today. Our first Super Chat raffle. This is for the people that... How are we doing on likes, incidentally? Did we get to 23? No, 19. We need just a few more likes to see today's pictures. I've got pictures from Jason Hughes and pictures from Sean Pye to show you this morning. If we don't get up to 22 likes, I said. If we get to 22 likes, I show them to you. If not, they carry over to tomorrow's show. All right? So here are our raffle tickets. Can you see those all right? I can't put it down too far, otherwise they'll jump out the front there, you see. But people have been buying these. This is the extra Super Chat raffle. Every time you send a Super Chat of £1 or more, then I will give you, free of charge, a raffle ticket. Or the Super Chat raffle every Tuesday. As you can see, there's not too many tickets in there in comparison to... I've just temporarily put these in here. In comparison to the free raffle, you can see the difference, yeah? So you've got more chance of winning on this one. All right. This is for a fridge magnet. Good morning to Peter Paliwoda. Morning to you. Okie doke. Here we go, boys and girls. Here comes the very important drum roll. Ready? Okay, here it is. It's ticket number 14. Ticket number 14. There it is. And there's the rest of them there. As purchased by... Andy. There you go, Andy. You've won a fridge magnet. Where is it? I got it out for you. I'm going to do something else for the super chat people as well. Stay there. Stay on this channel. Right? Yeah, there it is. There we go. There you go, Andy. You have won one of those today. Okay? All right, Andy. He is with us today, isn't he? There he is, Andy. Number 14. Well done, Andy. There you are. There you go. You've won. You need to send me your full postal address, young Andy. Okay? Send me your full postal address to that email there, please. And I will be very happy to put that in the post for you in approximately 1 hour's time. You might even have it tomorrow. There you go. In fact, it's a nice day. I'll cycle down to the delivery office today. Then it goes off nice and quickly. Mike Reese Ponto, your key ring went in the post box, but it went in the post box that picks up in the morning, so that would have been collected today. All right, congratulations, Andy. Okay, now, Shania. Oh, Shania. Look, see, Shania, she really wanted that, didn't you, darling? Never mind. Right, now, here's what I'm going to do with these tickets, right? That's the weekly one. We've got so many raffles going. We should have a meat raffle. Do you want a meat raffle? Win yourself a joint of beef. Like they do at the old people's jumble sales and things like that. Right, these. So that's the super chat raffle. That's every week now we're going to do that. These are the super draw raffles. Now we do these once a month at the end of the month, yeah? In here go all the free raffle tickets that you get for Monday's raffle. I'm going to put the super draw ones in here, the super chatter ones in here as well. Okay? All right, so there you go. 2 for the price of 1 there. In they go. All right? So they go in there. No problem with wondering, ooh, ow. But the numbers are the same. Different colours. Different colours, dear. Different colours. Okay? There you go. So we'll do that. And that's it. Excellent. So that will go off to Andy. Andy, come on, hurry up and send me your email address, all right? Daniel says, I've pushed it to 22 likes. So can we see Sean Pie? Is it apple or raspberry pie? I don't know what it is. I can't see 22 likes. I can only see 21 there. There's only 21 likes. So we can't do that, I'm afraid. Incidentally, do watch right until the end of the programme today. I've got something very special for you at the end. Thank you, Andy. Just got your email in there, sir. All right. Ever been to the Costa del Sol? That's a place in Spain? A lot of the British people go there, don't they? Well, insect alert. What's Mick saying? If you put them in there, what if you haven't written down the super chat numbers? Oh no, that's fine. I will tell you the super chat name, the super draw. The super draw, you'll get the name and the number. It's only the Monday one where I don't tell you the names, okay? So all the names are written down on the back of those tickets. So if the super chatters win the super draw, the name will be on there as well. So don't worry about that. Okay. Holiday hotspot Costa del Sol insect alert could suffer a huge spike in tiger mosquitoes. I mean, how big are these things? It's all very worrying, as a lack of tourists during the coronavirus lockdown means less property maintenance. People aren't going around spraying their stuff. Aren't mosquitoes annoying? Oh my God. When I went to Cyprus, I was bitten left, right and centre by these blooming mosquitoes. I never forget, on the first time I went, I stayed in a hotel, nice hotel in Limassol. But I was completely unaware that, I saw some bites come up on my leg. I didn't realise how bad they were. And I got into bed. My legs were burning. It was awful. My legs were burning and I rang downstairs to reception. So it's 11 o'clock at night now. I said, look, ever so sorry to trouble you. But have you got anything you can put on insect? He said, I'll have a look around and I'll come back to you. Anyway, so he rang back about 20 minutes later. And he said, look, I haven't got anything here. He said, if you come down, I'll give you a glass of white vinegar and some cotton wool. Dab that on them. So that's what I did. Woke up in the morning, the whole room stunk of vinegar. It stank in there. It was awful. But did the vinegar do much? I think it did. Certainly, the fact that the liquid was cold did help. But they're awful mosquitoes. And the noise. Oh, God. I was in Italy once doing some DJing work about 12, 13, 14 years ago. I had my own room in there. And I went to bed and I could hear this mosquito. Bzz, and it's so loud. Bzz, I thought I'd just ignore it. There's only one mosquito. I'll ignore it. No, you can't. You have to get that mosquito because you can't sleep. Blooming thing buzzing away all the time. Bzz, bzz, I don't know what's worse, that or the cows. Moo! Bzz, 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 moo! Moo! Bzz, bzz, bzz. It says in The Sun, officials are bombarding the area with larvicide and insecticide to stop the insects population exploding when British people finally return to the coastal favourite. There's a picture of it, all like evil, those spikes on there, waiting to spike into your skin and suck all your blood out. Town halls have been busy in the streets, spraying tiger mosquito in breeding areas ahead of the holiday season. The website explains that the blood-sucking insects are multiplying after heavy rainfall left pools of water. Well, you leave some water outside, maybe a bucket of that water that comes down off the roof and goes in a water butt. You leave the lid off a water butt, right? And then you have a look in it, a couple of weeks later, and there's all insects and that breeding in there, flying out of there, disgusting things. But of course, very necessary for the environment. Don't start killing all the insects. It's funny actually. I remember years ago when my dad had a car, and indeed when I had my first car, up and down the motorway, the M3 is the main road that services Bracknell from London. And goes right out to Southampton, I think it is, and Basingstoke. You'd leave London and come back here, and by the time you got back here, after an hour's journey, your windscreen would be covered in insects. Absolutely covered in dead insects. Don't get them now. They've gone. Don't get them. Possibly all the insecticide or whatever, but they were... the story's come up a few times in the newspapers now that people are quite worried about the fact that there's not many insects around anymore, and they do go around pollinating things. I'm sure the mosquitoes probably do something that's necessary. I don't know. Wasps do. No one likes wasps, but if they were all gone, I think we'd be in a bit of trouble there. It says, Pest World recommends the most effective way is to eliminate areas of standing water. There you go. Around homes such as pools, flower pots and bird baths. It'd be quite nice to have any of you got a place in Spain? I know some people that have. My window cleaner is up to move to Spain. He's got his house. He doesn't live far from me. He's a nice bloke. He's Pearl's son. Pearl, who lives 4 doors down, 3 doors down. Oh, she's lovely. Babe Station Pearl, I call her. Such a nice lady. She really is. And he wants to move to Spain, and I think he had his house up for sale. Of course, all that's on hold at the moment. And I think he's found a place in Spain. I don't know what the sort of exchange is to be able to do that. If you see what I mean, is it if you sell a place here and then buy one there, are you quids in, or does it cost more to do that, or is it about the same? Don't know. And then you have to, when you go into another country, you have to look at everything. I think one thing in particular which has shown up is the health sort of side of things. What is the health situation like of their health service in Spain? Is it any better or worse than here? I mean, at one point they had more people dying there than they do here. Our numbers are terrible now, aren't they? Dreadful. It says homeowners should also screen all windows and doors and keep gutters flea-throwing. Now, I know about the screens. We don't really have mosquitoes, a problem with mosquitoes here. But certainly flies and wasps and bees occasionally do fly in the window, don't they? Do fly in an open window. And in my bedroom, not last year, the year before, I had this temporary net thing that was hanging up across the window with those little hook things, what are they called? Velcro, all around. And it kind of worked to a point, But it certainly stopped all the insects coming in. I could leave that window all night long, get up in the morning, there'd be no moths. I could have the light on in the bedroom and the moths couldn't get in. So that does work. You can get some really cheap ones. I wanted something a bit more substantial though, you know, like, and I couldn't find one. Like where you'd put a metal thing around and it would be metal rather than this just nylon-y type thing which tore easily, to be honest. Like a proper metal grating thing that you'd put over it and just maybe on magnets or something like that that you could put up there, and that would work a lot better, really. I certainly have one on the, possibly in here, in the bedroom and in the living room. They're the only ones I'd need. You know, I've got a wonderful, like, heavy one in the caravan, actually, that hangs down. I've got two sort of entrance doors in the caravan, and one hangs down on one door, which is really good, but it didn't have one on the other door, and I couldn't find the same one that I had there, which is quite heavy. I went through about 3 in the end, and they were all blooming useless. Absolutely useless. Mick says horse flies are worse. Oh, great big things, aren't they? Horrible things. They go on cow dung and bite you. He had blood poisoning and spent 12 months in hospital. I'm sorry to hear that. After being bitten by a horsefly while fishing. Are they horrible things, aren't they? Horrible things. Daniel, my neighbour, had a water butt installed. Don't know why, because she's got the biggest butt in the whole street. How rude. I'm going to tell her that, Daniel. I'm going to find out where you live and tell her that. Oh dear. Rachel, when I get bitten by a mosquito, I scratch my lumps until they bleed. Stops the itching. Oh, that's not good, Rachel. You mustn't scratch them. You can get infections. Peter, were you aboard Radio Caroline? No, it was nothing to do with Radio Caroline. Okay. Good. How are we doing on those likes? 20 likes. Okay. Oh, it's gone down. Oh, it must go down if you do thumbs down then, I would imagine. Ah, well. Never mind. We'll save the... I've got 20 there. It says 20. Hang on a minute. Let me have a look on this little screen here. Stops the itching. Oh, that's not good, Rachel. You mustn't scratch. Turn my mic off then, didn't I? Turn my mic off then, silly sod. Right, we've got 24 likes there. Okay, let's show you those pictures this morning. Thanks very much for the likes, boys and girls. First of all, we've got Jason's dog. He's got 2 dogs here. Ah, look at that little doggy. Now, I'm not being funny, Jason. Is that the top of your car? I mean... Jason, is that the top of your car there? Huh? Is that like one of those invisible mending things that you've done on that? Well, I mean, the dog looks comfortable anyway. I'm not quite sure that would be waterproof, to be honest, but there you are. There's one of Jason's dogs. He's got 2 dogs. There's the other one. Relaxing there in his sort of, I suppose you call it a man cave or something like that, where he does all his work. What is that red thing there, Jason? Is that, I don't know if that's a gas bottle, or is it part of like one of those rubber dinghy type things? I'm not quite sure what that is on the floor there. And Jason also has a parrot. Here is Jason's parrot. Pretty boy, pretty boy. It's one of the banger cars. Okay, one of the banger cars. There's Jason's parrot. Pretty boy. Oh, look at that cage, Jason. Cruel. Cruel. Don't like animals in cages. Don't like animals in cages. Poor little thing. Is that what it is? A compressor? Oh, I don't know what that does. Is that one of those things that blows air into you? Might be quite nice, that. I must attach one to myself. Thanks so much for those, Jason. All right, we've also got some pictures sent in by the delightful Sean Pye, who's with us every morning. Now, Sean sent me a little email. Let's just find that for you, my darlings. Where's Sean's email. Oh, okay. Let's just read Jason's email there. Let's go back to Jason's dogs first. There you go. Hi, Chris. Here's my staffs. Black and white one is a girl called Roxy. Is she friendly? She looks friendly. She looks the sort that would come over and let me pet her. Or not. Let us know. So there we are. That's Roxy. And this is Kilo. Kilo. Oh, they're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. We've both from puppies, and they're now both 6.5 years old. So that's that. And Jason's parrot is called... Go on, have a guess. Joe. Well, that's not very original, is it? Joe. Here's our parrot. His name is Jojo. He missus brother gave it. My missus brother gave it to her. He does talk and makes all sorts of other noises like phone ringing, reversing bleeper. I'm secretly trying to teach him to tell the missus to do one. How beautiful. Claire reckons you've got lovely, lovely little dogs there. Look. Isn't that lovely? So thanks very much for that, Jason. Okay. We've also got some photos sent in by Sean. Okay. Now, I mentioned on the show yesterday that I thought Sean's lilies were a little bit pathetic. You know, there's not many of them. You know, but and he sends in these pictures here of his lilies. Okay. And, okay, perhaps not as pathetic as I thought, but they're nothing like my one, Sean. I mean, is that it? I'm sorry, dear. I mean, is that it? Come on. Let's see some more lilies there, Sean. Where was it? 1, 2, 3, 4. It was about 5. Is that it? Is that it? Oh, dear me, mate. Beautiful, Sean. I hope, Sean, that you are regularly checking the lily beetles. Have I mentioned the lily beetles on this programme yet? Very, very important for you to keep an eye on lily beetles. They do terrible damage. Claire walks round her plot every day of the week, darling, don't you, my love? Eh? That's how to do it. Claire does that. I do it this morning. I haven't found lily beetles for a few days now. We're on top of the situation. Me and Claire are on top of the situation, aren't we, Claire? And I hope you are as well. Young Sean. Is Sean still with us this morning? I'm not quite sure. He might have gone now. Okay. Right, so if you've got anything to send us, there's the email address. All we ask is that we get a few likes to see them before I bring them up on the screen. Okie doke. We're going to do our free raffle tickets very shortly, gang. After this. Now, you must have seen these coming around on Facebook and places like that. I keep seeing these vouchers. Morrison's, Asda and Aldi in particular. I haven't seen any Waitrose ones. I haven't seen any Sainsbury's ones. But I keep seeing if you share this 200 times, you will get a free £50 voucher from wherever, Tesco's, right? I can't believe people actually believe this. I mean, how many £50 vouchers do you think Tesco's are going to send out? It's just not. Is it? It can't be. Anyway, in the Sun this morning, Aldi shoppers are now being warned about fake £250 vouchers circulating on WhatsApp that could give crooks access to your personal details. Watch out. Watch out. Are you doing your Lily Beetle, Sean? That's what I want to know. The scam message claims the discounter is giving away the free vouchers to help the nation. But the site itself is a copycat version of the Aldi page, and by clicking on the link, you risk sharing your details with the scammer. Listen, I mean, I don't know how I can tell it to you, but if you keep seeing things that say stuff like, if you share this to 10 people, Tesco's will send you a £50 voucher, it's highly likely to be a scam. As I just said, how many £50 do you think they've got ready to send people? They just couldn't do it. It would bankrupt them in the space of a few hours. So please use your common sense when you see these stuff. Because it makes you look very foolish reposting this stuff. It really does. You know, and we don't want to look foolish, do we, my loves? We don't want to look foolish. Claire says that's a lot of lilies. I just had the one plus a few offspring from last year. 2 beetles this morning. Oh, dear. I wonder if that's the hot weather, Claire. Okay, squash and spray. Squash and spray, squash and spray. Oh, we could do a jingle, couldn't we? Squash and spray, keep those beetles at bay. Squash and spray, squash and pray, squash and spray. Claire wants you to squash and spray. Yeah! Daniel says, rather than photos of people, what about photos of lily beetles? We don't all know what they look like. Okay, there you go, Claire. There's a job for you tomorrow. A nice picture of a lily beetle, please, to be sent in to our usual correspondence address. Mick's going to take a picture of Jason next time he's outside Greg's. Sean checks for lily beetles every day. Excellent, Sean. Do you spray as well, Sean? Do you spray them as well? I do both. I first of all, I check for the lily beetles, and then whether or not I find them, I spray. I don't spray every day. That costs you a lot of money in insecticide. Every few days, in particular if it's rain. But if it's rained, I will wait for the plant to dry out before I spray it. Otherwise, it seems a bit pointless to me, doesn't it? Okay, Andy quite rightly points out, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Thank you, Claire. Another charming... Claire likes me singing, don't you, Claire? Now, let me just put these tickets for the free thing there. I'll put those in there. I should have my Super Chatters jar next week. There you go. So, without even knowing what the prize is next week, Claire has already purchased 2 Super Chat. Claire's already given me a £2 Super Chat without even knowing what the Super Chatter prize is next week. Now, Super Chat things. Here we go. I've been looking. Okay, Claire L. 45 and 46 for you, Claire. Next week, okay, 45 and 46 for you there. All right, I've been looking. There are these Super Chat stickers, as you well know. They seem to be of like a penny less than £1. So, from this show today, gang, excellent. Sprinter Van has got his fridge magnet. Christ, that took a few days, didn't it? Blimey, that took a while to get. What did that? 5 days? And it was first class, weren't it? Who is it now? Carl. He got his fridge magnet. Hang on a minute, that was last Monday. Not this Monday. Was it? Who won this Monday? Or was it this Monday? Oh, there's so much going on here, I can't remember. Anyway, so the Super Chat, as you know, every time I said £1, I'll give you a raffle ticket. There are also Super Chat stickers. Now, these seem to be $1.99, $2.99. If it's $1.99, from now, I'll give you the 2. All right? If it's $2.99, I'll give you the 3. Because that's just how the Super Chat stickers are. It kind of makes sense. I couldn't do it before because we'd already said it's £1. All right? But from now, we can do that, I think. I think that kind of makes sense. Does that make sense to you? It does. So you've overpaid by a penny, Claire. Sorry to upset you, my darling. Perhaps you could sell a piece of your land. You know, Claire's she's got this massive house with acres and acres of land. You know. So what's the prize this week? One of these. There you go. That is the prize for the Super Chatter raffle next week. All right? That's the prize for next week's Super Chatter raffle. You've only previously been able to get one of these on the bingo. So there you go. All right? So that's that. Now, we'll do today's raffle tickets as well now, my darlings. Okay, what's the advantage of doing a $1.99? Is it less commission? There's no advantage at all. It's just how they've worked it out. You can select a thing. Thank you, Peter. $1.99. You get 47 and 48, Peter. It's just the way that YouTube do it, really. They've got a way of doing it. Super stickers are $1.99, or you can select something. But I don't think everyone can select what they want for some reason. Either that or they don't know how to do it. One of the two. All right? Okay. Perhaps I'll... Do you want me to... We don't really want to have two raffles running exactly at the same time, do we? There you go, Peter. 47 and 48 for you there, okay. All right. Okie doke. And for our regular Monday raffle, it's time to ask for tickets, gang. So ask for your tickets now. Ticket, please, for Monday's raffle. That includes the people who have had the super chat run today. Say ticket, please, for Monday's raffle. And we'll do those now. So here we go. Michael Lawrence, 763. Michael Lawrence, Shania, 764. You need to write down the numbers of these ones, okay? Remember that. I only read out the numbers. It's up to you to claim them. Shania still 764. David Fryer, 765. 766 for Lady Claire. Did I just do David Fryer? Yes, I did. There's David Fryer's there. Sprinter Van, 766. Diane Jeb, 767. Green tickets, these ones, okay. Mike Respondo. There you go. It appears on the iPhone. You can only do $1.99, $2.99. That's why, okay. So you get two for that one. Just a second, my darlings. 768 for Diane Jeb. Where did we get to now? Fran Green, 768. For Fran. Ross Herndon, 769. Sorry to wake you up this morning, Ross. Where is it gone now? Where is it gone now? I can't see that now. Mick Davenport, thank you, Mick. 770. 771 for... Where is it? Sean Pye, 771. Tony King, 772. Mari, 773. Claire, 774. Blimey, Rachel. Really? 8? God's sake. Rachel sends an £8 super chat there. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. Rachel's desperate for the hat, aren't you, my love? Okay. Well, it's all fair, as you know. You see the tickets go in and come out. Rachel. Let me just do those. Rachel. Who's calling you thick? I never called you thick, Peter. I said the people who keep posting around this stuff and not checking them up first are thick. I didn't say anyone on this channel was thick. I said the people that are constantly cutting and pasting stuff before they check whether it's true or not must be thick. That's what I said. I didn't say any of you were thick. You're another one of these people who just hears what they want to hear, I think, Peter. Do pay full attention to the show. Rachel W. What's the time? Oh, gosh, it's late, isn't it? There you go, Rachel. There you go, all in there, darling. Okay, Rachel. 8 tickets for Rachel. Someone else bought one there, have they? Hang on a minute. 1 minute. Let me put all these in for you. There, the super chatter one's going in. Where is it now? Oh, it's in here. I'll take the hat out, actually. Go. All right. All in there for the next one. That'll be a jar tomorrow. Hopefully that'll come tomorrow. My jar. I'm going to put that on there. Let's put that there so you can be tempted. Tempted. There we go. Andy. Oh, Christ, he wants 4 as well, does he? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Andy. Don't go too mad, my darlings, all right? You know, if you're going to miss the money, don't send a super chat. You know? It's a random thing, isn't it? You see? During raffles, it's a completely random thing. As you know, super chats are not a raffle. Okay, I have to keep saying this. But if you send a super chat, I'll give you a ticket for each one, or 2 if they're like super sticker type things, super stickers or whatever. Okay. All right, Andy. Sorry, Andy, did I read you your numbers then? 59, 57, 60, and 58. Okay. I'll always show them today because that's a fair thing to do, I think. All right. Also on the green tickets as well, Andy 775. I'm trying to go down in list order. All right, my loves. Let's just take those out there, my love. Get a few more tickets out there. Sometimes I miss people out. Don't ever see that as like a personal thing. I'm absolutely amazed at how many people take it as personal when their name has been missed out. Yeah, I do not go up and down the list. Oh, I think I'll choose you to miss out today. And I can't even believe people would think that, but they do. So please don't worry, about all that business. Jason Hughes, 776. Rachel, 777. Lovely plane, bit narrow. Peter Paliwoda, 778. Something very special for you at the end of today's show, gang. Very, very special, all right? Mick says, I wasn't sorry to wake him up. No, it gave me great pleasure knowing the fact that I woke you up. It gave me enormous pleasure to know how annoyed you must have been to have been woken up by me this morning. Incidentally, Mick, is that the first time you've been woken up by another man? Daniel's going to watch the test card after this. Much more interesting than this show. I'm telling you that now, Daniel. Christ. Hello to LaBelle. How can you be so late, LaBelle? Hello, darling. You beautiful lady. We value you like you're Rachel, but we're skint. Honestly, please do not send money if you're going to miss it. Only if you're not going to miss it. Please don't, I really, it's not worth it. Just for a hat. Unless you really want one. If Elton John, like I said to you before, one of these people, massive, or one of the boys from if one of the boys from One Direction knocked at my door, they could have anything they wanted. Really. Especially, what's his name? Oh, I can't remember the one who does the underpants adverts. What's his name? I can't even remember his name now. He went out with that Cheryl Cole. Oh, quite talk about cradle stature. Dear me. Honestly. And they got a baby, haven't they? Is it Bear? What's his name? I can't remember his name now. Not Tomlinson, not that one, the other one. Tomlinson's a bit of a tearaway. He likes smoking and drinking a lot, doesn't he? You can imagine him life and soul of the party. Louis Tomlinson. Well, any of them. If they knocked at my door, they could have a hat, something like that. Mick, nothing. You got to win it or buy it. That's it. But if they turned up here, ring up the phone and say, look, we really want one of those fridge magnets. Here's £50,000. They wouldn't miss it. Do you see what I mean? So, yeah, you can have that. I tell you what, give me 40. I'm not a greedy man. Give me 40,000 and they could have a fridge magnet. But they wouldn't miss it. So it wouldn't bother me. If you sent me £1 and I thought, oh, you're going to miss that £1, that would bother me a bit. So please do not send anything if you're any way short of money, my darlings, all right? Where are we? Sorry. It's just jumped down there. Mick will donate the cap if he wins. That's nice, isn't it? Me and Andy Pandy will be fighting over the thing today. Where's C? Michael will super chat on Monday. You don't need to super chat for the free one, remember, gang? Okay? Well, they're both free, but in different ways. Mandy wanted to kill me. Did she really? Excuse me. Fran switches off Alexa at night. I do that as well. I do exactly that. Liam Payne. That's it. Liam Payne. Oh, he lives near Andy. Andy, can you sort me out a date? He might like that. He might like that. I think I've done all the raffle tickets. If I've missed you out, please speak now. I must say, it's warming up very much in this room today. So I think we're nearly finished. If I've missed anyone out from the raffle today, please speak now, my darlings, okay? I do have something for you at the end of the show. All right? I'll do one more story, then the birthdays. Here's the story. A beautician died after being dragged into the water by an alligator. This is in the Daily Metro today. Thank you, John Aitken. 799 for you, John. After being dragged into the water by an alligator when she went to pet it. Why would you do that? She went to stroke an alligator. Don't get it. Colin Coates, 780. Colin Coates. This lady who's 58 started taking pictures of the reptile before going waist deep into the pond at a gated community near Charleston, South Carolina, shortly after doing a friend's nails and drinking wine with her. She's an older lady, 58. Her friend begged her not to go into the water, saying she'd recently seen it grab a deer a few days earlier. Cynthia responded saying, "I don't like a deer. I don't look like a deer," before reaching out to stroke it. The gator then grabbed her with its powerful jaws, but she managed to briefly escape and held onto a rope that was thrown to her by a friend. She then said, "I guess I won't do that again," before the gator grabbed her again and dragged her to her death. Her client screamed for help, but Cynthia died in the water last Friday before the sheriff's deputies arrived to shoot the alligator dead. Oh my God, why would you go and stroke an alligator? After shooting it through the head, it took 10 minutes for Cynthia's body to surface so that they could retrieve it. Her leg had been badly mauled by the alligator. Oh, God. It just amazes me. Again, a very good example of stupidity. I'm sorry that you've died, lady, but honestly, that's your stupidity has killed you. Can you believe someone would do that? Oh, I don't know. Right, let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls. I've got two special birthdays today. Two special birthdays. It was my great niece Emily's birthday yesterday. She was 6 years old yesterday, and I had a little bit of a FaceTime with her yesterday. So happy birthday for yesterday to Emily, great niece Emily. And today is great nephew James's birthday. He is 3 years old. So happy birthday to you two. I have to sing to him. I have to sing to my great nieces and great nephews. Thank you very much. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Emily and James. Happy birthday to you. Emily and James, when will I see you again? They're over in Cyprus. Happy birthday to you two. And our other birthdays today, boys and girls. Jade. Jade used to be a customer at the Black Cap. Happy birthday to you, Jade. Richard Harvey today is 54 years old. Phyllis Wolf today. Happy birthday, Phyllis. Julie Angelina. That's a lovely, isn't that lovely? Angelina. Happy birthday. Michael Powell today is 70 years old. Happy birthday, Michael. Rob Parton today, 36 years old. Lance Bostic is 38 years old. Happy birthday, Lance. Still using your glue. Still using the glue. Happy birthday. Lucan Daniel today. Oh, it's hello, Lucan. Lucan, 42 years old. Down there in South Chelsea, aren't you there? Hayley Charles is 30 years old today. And Denise Martin's birthday as well. Happy birthday, gang. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yeah, baby faces. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Couple of people talking of the alligator there. LaBelle says, good, she deserves it. Well, I think I have to say it, LaBelle. I think so. I mean, how stupid. And of course, the alligator's now been shot. It's a wild animal. It's like these idiots that go over and think they can stroke lions and tigers. They are wild animals. Their brain doesn't work the same as a human brain. They see us as something to eat. Michael Pullman says, that poor alligator. People are so stupid. Really stupid. They really are. Well, just before we go today, boys and girls, there you go. I told you I'm sick to death of people pointing out faults all the time. And just to upset as many people as possible this morning, I set the calendar this morning so that it was on the wrong date. And I'm so pleased some of you were fed up with that. So I may do other things like that just to get on your nerves. Because you get on my nerves every time you point out when there's something wrong. So I really hope that upset as many people as possible this morning. Oh dear, that's made my day, that has. Alrighty, now remember gang, there is a new opening video. So once the show is finished, if you want to just wait 10 minutes or so and look back at the beginning of the show, you'll see the opening video. Although I do think it froze because I had the wrong settings on there this morning. Have a lovely day. Thanks ever so much for joining us on the show today. I'll get all your letters off very shortly. And I'll see you again tomorrow morning about the same time. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye now.